Let's put Chelsea's steering wheel out of here, so he's not fiddling. Only I get to fiddle with the steering wheel. All right.
What is this? Drift car confessions or what?
Yeah. So here we are, Irwindale Speedway. Pretty special track, not only for me personally, but also 3 years ago, you stepped into my trailer and looked me in the eye and told me that you were driving for our team next year. And at that time for me, I had told you this already, like I didn't even have you like on the roster of the drivers that I was looking at, but like your confidence and your immediately that moment, I started thinking about why you wouldn't be the driver, and I had no reasons.
That's
so
good.
I'm curious. I'm curious. You know, your perspective. Like, what led up to that moment for you, and why did you walk into our trailer?
Well, obviously I was running my own program for a long time, and well, forever. What seemed like forever. Like it was 13 years. It felt like 40. And overall, I was just like having a really rough season that ended up well. I knew I had the skills, but I never had the team and the program to make it happen, right? So I was like looking around the pits, and I'm like, well, who's got the team and the program to make that happen? And, you know, there's a couple guys out here, but I was like walking by, and I was all sad and like, man, this is rough. Like, what am I gonna do? And then
you had just blown your motor, right?
I had blown my motor, and then borrowed Odie's car and crashed Odie's car.
Oh, that's right.
Totaled it, and then got it fixed and went out for qualifying and did a lap where I got like an 80 something, but I didn't drift across the finish line, so they zeroed me.
Ooh.
So it's like, oh man, this is rough. But like, how do I turn this around? Because like, I'm either done doing this because it's been so much, or I'm gonna make something better of it. And I saw you in your trailer, and I was like, oh yeah.
Because I had just crashed, right?
You had just crashed, and I was like,
top 32. I think I crashed.
Yeah.
I think it was.
And I actually walked up like to have a put a pin in it conversation, but I was like, screw it. Like, I'm just telling the deal right now. So I walked in. I was like, you got a second? I'm like, I know you're real busy, but I just needed like a minute. And you were like, yeah, I got a minute. What's up? And I was like, yo, I heard you're putting a second car together, and I'm gonna drive it. And you looked at me like, I don't even know. The expression on your face was so blank. At the moment, you were like, well, what? Like, and I was like, yeah. I think you said something like, I thought you were gonna borrow a tool or something. You needed to ask for something. And I was like,
yeah.
I was like, no, man. Like, I'm gonna drive your car next year if you put another car together. Yeah. I think you gave me some homework, and
yeah, no, that's exactly what happened. And that stare on my face was like flabbergasted. Like, number one, like impressed with like the just like, yo, this is happening, because like I've lived my life like that. Like, that's how I go get shit myself.
Me too.
And so I was like, okay. And then I'm like processing it like Chelsea, you know, thinking about these things, and then like, you know, trying to find downfalls, but like always been a fan of your style, and you know, you've always made things work, right? You beat me in Long Beach in your BMW, so like I knew you didn't have the car, and I knew that was a big statement to your skills. So I was processing all of these things at that time, and then yeah, I gave you homework. And you came back with an A+ on your homework.
Thanks.
With respect to not only like helping solidify some initial budget we needed, but also like all the right things. And you know, I think all of the things that I saw and the team saw, because not, you know, I have to obviously get the guys that back us to buy in too. I can't just dictate, hey, we're putting this guy on the team, you know. So I think that it was pretty rad.
Yeah, I think it all happened pretty quickly too.
Oh, it did.
I think we were
like at SEMA.
It was already done. Yeah, that's 3 weeks.
Yeah, we were like announcing at SEMA. I think you were driving with us at SEMA that year.
I was.
Right?
Yeah.
And so we made magic, and now 3 years later, I think, you know, for me, you've been an amazing addition to the team. From not only from a, you know, working with our engineers and bringing another perspective on the technical side, but also bring another perspective on the driver's side for me, right? I mean, I think it's been, I hope you'll agree, but it's been fun, you know, going out to practice and getting our cars to where they need to be so much quicker, and looking at data, and, you know, realizing that we do things very different but still get the job done. But I learned from you, and you push me to be better, and I hope that I push you to be better.
Yeah, it definitely goes both ways for sure. I remember driving the car for the first time, and you being like, hey man, like, this is a different animal, like, it doesn't drive like what you've been driving. Like, get ready for this.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, okay, what's it gonna be like? Like, I've driven a ton of different cars, but like your guys' cars have always been like one of the best, if not the best, and definitely certainly the best built. And I got in the car and I sat in and I'm like, oh man, this is really happening. And I felt like right away I fit into the car really well and drove it really well. But obviously, learning each round, looking at your data, talking with you, I built myself up as a driver so much really quickly too. And it's just been an awesome experience overall, being able to do that. And obviously, I appreciate the chance to do it. And,
I appreciate your balls. That was an impressive thing. I mean, not many people have that to just walk in and go take what they want. But
I mean, I was confident in my driving abilities, and I was confident in being able to, you know, do what we needed to do. I've been doing it all somehow on my own. So I was like, if we have a few people that can help, I'm sure I can make it work.
Right.
Like, there's no downside. It has to work if I have some people helping now.
Yeah.
So it worked out awesome.
It's super rad to reflect on. We've come a long way in 3 years, not only as a team, but you know, you as a driver, and I've even can say that I've gotten better out of the collaboration. So I'm stoked.
Yeah, man.
We got many more years to come.
Absolutely.
But I think it's always a fun story to reflect on. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. It's always nice to chat about that. A lot of things you guys don't see. So
yeah, if you're confident in what you do and you know you're capable of being the best, you just go for it to be the best. That's it.
That's the one thing I think I would suggest everybody to take away. It's like, yo, don't just dream. Like, go get it. And
you can.
Yep. And you backed it up. Like, you knew it was going to be work.
Oh yeah.
But you put the work in, and here we are.
There's been happy days, frustrating days,
crying
days, but it's overall been awesome. I definitely wouldn't trade it in for anything.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, dude.
Sick, bro.
You gonna make me sit on this side with a cool suit? So I can prop my legs up? Gotta take it out of there. Damn, dude.
Yeah, just take it out. Can you pull this out? No, he'll pull it out. I think I take the whole thing out.
Oh, do you? Let me show you how to do this, okay?
Okay,
ready?
What?
Like this?
Yep, that's how you do it. That's how you came to me 3 years ago, just like that.
Like this?
Yep, thinking you should have a steering wheel like that.
Okay.
And then collectively we flipped it back to where you know how to use the steering wheel.
Got it.
All right.